Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I'm your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend, my partner in crime, Joshua. Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
Good, Chris. What up, everybody listening?
Hey, also joining us is the disembodied voice of our producer. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, nerds?
Oh yeah, happy holidays, everyone. This is our holiday episode. I had got my Santa hat on because we're giving you the gift of fun reactions to manga this week. It is Manga Monday. We got Holiday Appa here, rocking the Santa hat as well. He's my trusty steed as I drop off these reactions to you guys. But I'm very excited. We have a full house of manga today. I know the monthlies came out today at the time we're recording, which is Monday. But next week there's no jump, so we're saving it for next week. And we'll probably do some American comics catch up on that episode as well. But until then, let's get into our usual lineup. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into plugs. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37. That's on Instagram. And on Twitter, you can follow me at NYChillin with an EN, not an ING at that.
Oh, yeah. Brian?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Oh my goodness. Follow him. He plays video games. It's fun. You can also follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll. For this first time, I think we got tied. So I had to run a tiebreaker poll. And I think I have the definitive winner after that one. So we're going to be announcing that on the show. And if you guys want to get in contact with us, you can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. And we'll probably read it on the show. You can also reach out to us in the comment section of whatever video you're watching, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts we make for every series we cover. Subscribe while you're at it. Give us that like. Give us that share. Share it with your friends. Let us know what you think about this week's manga, or if you prefer the full episode of the podcast in audio format, you can check us out on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on all those platforms, so check us out and hit that subscribe button. Also, give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Why don't you? Why don't you? Give us some serotonin. That's the gift I ask of the New Jump citizens. Let us know. Give us some love.
Please.
And with that being said, let's get into the show proper. One Piece.
Translations by Stephen Paul.
What?
Lettering, Vanessa Sartoni.
Yeah, there's some other credits here. I guess the American staff that did the translation.
Author,
Is Oda mentioned?
Oda
There he
is mentioned.
There's the boy.
Damn, Brian.
It's by.
I was about to say, is Stephen Paul more important than
Imagine.
Is
Ichiro Oda?
Ichiro Oda a pen name?
No, that's his real name. Why would it be a
What?
pen name? Some people
Wait,
use
we
pen
never
names.
know.
The creator of One Piece, One Punch Man uses a pen name. He goes by One.
And Ano-un. And Ano-un.
Oh, yeah, he also uses a pen name. But this is One Piece chapter 1035, Zoro versus King. We get a little cover art, a little cover story starting with this chapter, actually. It's the 25th limited cover series on One Piece. And
Nice.
it seems to be focusing on Germa 66 as they're escaping from Whole Cake Island. That's kind of interesting, I guess. I'm wondering. I'm curious.
Take it.
I didn't-
There it goes.
I didn't think we'd see them like in a cover page. So I
Right, I thought they were all dead.
I thought they died.
That's rude.
Big Mom Pirates is soft, yo.
I mean, they left, I guess. So they're
all
not
these
there.
people pulled up to their country
That's true.
and set it on them.
I'll be
But
telling
not for nothing, they are sending it on Kaido too, in his home.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the Germa 66, if Sanji wasn't there, they'd be dead. Beyond dead. So,
Omega dead.
yeah. They got caught. They got caught by Big Mom's pirates, I remember.
They sure did. You're right. They lost.
Yeah.
Initially. Poor Brooke, remember?
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the coolest Brooke moments when he stood up against Big Mom. It was a cool-ass 2-page spread.
Just to be her toy.
Yeah, that was funny.
After the fact.
It's on brand for Brooke to be just, like, goofy. But anyway, last we left off, Sanji has embraced his robot side and has infused that with the techniques that he already has to make super cool fire, ultimate fire. And he, I guess he actually did end up defeating Queen, kicking the shit out of him.
Did. That's what this page said.
Sent him flying.
I don't think he went that far.
He's flying. He's out of the building.
He didn't go as far as Kumadori.
No, he's out, dude. You got to zoom in on that panel. He's out of Onigashima. He's like miles away. The skull, you could see like a good third of that skull. You shouldn't be able to see it from that far.
I mean, he's definitely off the island.
Beyond
I understand that. But, like, he didn't get sent to the new world or anything like that.
Neither did Kumadori. He made it.
He made his way back, bro. He used his hair to get back.
Okay. You just refuse that anybody can be sent more than Monster Chopper.
The door guy helped get to him.
Okay. I mean, okay. Anyway, Queen is defeated. Sanji rescues the little mouse for the woman that he thought he ran over. And it kind of brings him back to when he made food for this mouse in his flashback way back in the day. I actually remember this part. Yeah, it's a little sweet moment, I guess. And he finally collapses because he's finally won his battle, so he could chill for a minute now. Meanwhile, back to the battle with Zoro and King. Zoro manages to cut King and actually manages to like slice the mask to where it's no longer usable. So King's like, you know what? Fuck it. And he rips the mask off as Zoro is thinking to himself about how when the flames on his back goes out, he can move a little faster, but his defensive ability drops in response. So he's like just trying to figure out King's biology at this point and how his powers work. So the henchmen of Kaido just start waking up and are like, King took his mask off. Oh, no way. The rumors are true. Black wings, white hair, brown skin. What was the reward for tipping off the government? 100 million berries? King heard that. He was not very happy.
That was his own man's too.
Yeah, he turns over to
that nigga said what?
Yeah. Yeah, he turns over.
This wasn't even shiesty in my opinion. They deserved it.
Pull out my weapon.
Yeah. He just turns around and does the he just like starts to burn them. I'm not gonna let you just turn me in at this point.
Excuse me, you about to go snitch on me?
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I'm dressed to the nines, I'm still packing heat, and I'm gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, he. I mean, with the mask off, his dressed to the nines looks really cool. He is dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
He's upping it in fashion right now as we speak.
He does have a cool design. I do appreciate King's design. His
his kneecaps look like lifesavers, the hard ones.
Yeah. yeah, you're right. Lifesaver kneecaps.
Two Fruit Loops.
So he burns his traitors' companions, and then Zoro's like, "Why don't you come up here if they're distracting you? Fight me, bitch!" It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Zoro is a fucking animal.
Yeah, he said, "Did I hear something about 100 million, or just for a tip-off? What are you anyway?" And so King goes into his pterodon form, and he just takes off to fight Zoro. The battle continues for a while. They exchange blows. King actually starts to acknowledge that Zoro is a real one, and he's like, "I can sense the threat you represent." And he's like, "Same to you, but your crew has ruled over this place, so time to go." He says,
"Time to go."
Yeah, I mean,
that was very direct and to the point.
Yeah, basically. And he starts to load up his technique, and King declares that don't get full of yourself. Kaido is the man who will be king of the pirates. And we get a little flashback of how King met Kaido. It turns out it looks like they were in some kind of a prison or some lab because it looks like King is significantly younger than Kaido, I guess, and he was just being experimented on by the world government, and Kaido broke him out. He has these chains around his wrists, and it looks like Kaido was also a prisoner of this place as well, because he's talking about how
he was just escaping as well.
Yeah, because he says, I'm breaking out of this place and starting a new pirate crew.
He sure does say that. You're right.
Yeah.
I forget.
And King basically is like, can you change the world we live in? And he says, I'm the only one who can change it. And so they kick ass, take names, and leave. And at that point,
Will of D.
Yeah, and he learns that King's real name is Albert. And
Kaido's real name is?
Kaido, for now.
Kaido?
Kaido?
Kaido D Dragon?
Oh, wow. Imagine.
I'm trademarking that.
No.
Put that on the shirt. Hashtag New Dragon City. We called it.
Yeah.
Josh called it.
Josh called
Brian.
it. We gotta have like individual we called it shirts. Christian called it, Josh called it, Brian called it, that we could wear on the pod. But yeah, they escape this prison. He declares that King's gonna be his right hand man. Whoa. This is an interesting one. I really thought this flashback was cool because this is actually a kind of a direct parallel to how Zoro met Luffy. They were both prisoners of a different, varying order, and Kaido and Luffy broke out their respective right-hand men from certain death at the hands of imprisonment. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice little parallel drawn between the two.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then we cut back to the battle. Zoro does this cool, like, purgatory onigiri, chops this fucking rock in half. It's pretty cool. The battle continues onward. They do this big clashy thing. Zoro catches him with this bird dance technique. I don't even know. He like break dances on the floor and sends a slice up on King's like chest. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty lit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, his techniques with the sword has really improved.
Yeah. And even King is starting to realize, like, oh, so it seems you figured out the rules of my body. And he's like, that's right. Finally envisioning your own defeat. And he says, why are you bothering to block my attacks? Unless you're scared of what I can do. So King turns into a pterodon. Oh, sorry, Brian. What were you going to say?
This is the same thing Luffy said to Kaido.
Did he say that? Did he say why are you blocking? Oh,
yeah,
he did.
Remember when Luffy was like on when Kaido dodged Luffy's attack?
Mm-hmm.
And Luffy was like, "Why you dodging, bitch? Huh? What happened, motherfucker?
Yeah,
I thought you were hot shit."
Yeah, you're right. I remember that. So they separate. King does his cool like extra large Imperial flaming wings. Just a fire dragon. Send it directly at Zoro. And Zoro does this cool ultimate technique 2-page spread. King of Hell, 3-sword serpent, 103 mercies, dragon damnation, cut straight.
Mercies?
Huh? 103 mercies.
What's that?
He always has this like weird number attack. It was like 90-pound phoenix that he just kept doubling with the power of the attack.
Mercy? Is that French?
I don't know. No, it's mercies. I don't think it's merci. Like thank yous. 103 thank yous. No, I think he means mercies. Like it's a mercy. Like the way you think mercy means.
Isn't it with a Y at the end?
I guess plural. Mercies.
Okay.
You what? You don't believe in plurals?
That's not the problem.
I do not believe in plurals.
So Zoro cuts straight through this fire dragon and smashes King right on the chest with these swords. You see the hockey lightning breaking out as well. And King is defeated.
Yes, because last time I said he wasn't, and now I'm saying he is. I'm talking about Queen.
Okay.
I don't know. This feels too easy. I feel like all the Beast Pirates are going to get back up. I'm pretty sure.
Bro, 108. I mean,
103.
I think Queen's going to get up. He's just going to get up somewhere different.
Yeah, he's fallen off the island.
Not in the battle anymore.
Unless he does the a thing when he turns into a Brontosaurus where he extends his neck.
I mean, he just launches his snake body into the air.
That would be funny.
And it scares the shit out of what's his name?
Oh, he does a
The
reverse
dragon.
Usopp?
Huh?
He does a reverse Usopp where he scares somebody by launching his head. Remember in Dressrosa?
No, I'm saying he was scared. Wow, what's that kid's name that's out there with the clouds?
Oh, Momonosuke.
Yeah, he just sees the snake creature sort of like beaming through the sky.
He's like, whoa.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
Wow. But yeah, I actually, I don't know if
He's gonna launch himself like a fucking artillery cannon.
Yeah.
Watch.
I don't know if it's safe to say King is defeated here. There might be like one more chapter. I feel like this is too big a deal, and King represents too much of a lore aspect for this arc to just like go down exactly right now. But we got One Piece is off next week as our most jump, as is every Jump series. So we'll have to wait 2 weeks to find out. I thought this was it was mostly an action chapter, and it was pretty dope because it's Zoro. I guess my favorite part of this chapter was that flashback. I do love that the small parallels they make between like the two right-hand men in this, that they're both very similar to each other in one way or another. Whether it's their loyalty or just their strength and prowess or how they were recruited in the first place. It's also a nice like look as to what Kaido's been through in his life. And you know what? It gives credence to like, if King was there at one point, then Kaido must be getting experimented on as well for being different, whether it's not necessarily being human or, being a dragon himself. Maybe he's from a race of people who could turn to dragons or whatever. But he's definitely in this research facility for a reason. And I'm very into it. I'm very into figuring out, more about King, and I hope this isn't the end for him. Do you guys have any more thoughts about One Piece?
Nope. This is a really good chapter.
Yeah, I said everything I said.
But I feel like this chapter, out of all of them, made me feel like there's going to be more to the Beast Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not Queen. I don't know.
The fact that he chose to experiment on his own crew members with the sad and the mama fruit and stuff, etc. Maybe that has, maybe it's stuff he learned from where he was held up at.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense that Kaido would have like a penchant for like gathering people of science together to do shit for him. But
get over here, nerds.
Hello, nerds.
Fucking fake fruit for me.
You're in the new world, and you're gonna get beat up unless you fucking get me my fruits. I'll protect you. But that's all I gotta say about One Piece. Are we ready to move onward?
Smell fruit.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. My Hero Academia.
Brian
Hero Academia.
My Brian Academia.
This is My Hero Academia chapter 338, the story of how we all became heroes, part 1.
Alternative title alert.
What is it? What's your alternative title?
I had it and I just forgot it.
Damn. I thought
when it's all said and done.
Okay. I thought they used this title already, I feel. Isn't that how did they whatever, who cares? It's not.
Did they say part 1?
They didn't say part 1. That is different. But anyway, last we left off, Aoyama was outed as being the traitor. They gathered him and his parents, who are also traitors, to the facility for questioning. And Midoriya reached out his hand to try and be like, "You can still redeem yourself, Aoyama." And the start of this chapter puts the kibosh on that real fast. They're like, "Whoa, chill, Midoriya. Stop it. Go ahead and gag young Aoyama." Basically, they're like, no matter what kind of friendship Nakama bullshit you're trying to pull right now, the fact still remains that he was working actively with All For One, regardless of circumstance. So, there's a lot of shit that we have to resolve before we can even consider bringing him to our side. Like, we got to make
classmates going to jail.
Yeah. They said your classmate's going to juvie, dude. He's going to juvie.
So is his rat ass parents.
Yeah, he's going to Tartarus juvie.
The principal looking back at him like, "What do you mean, you rat?"
What do you mean, rat? Yeah, they also want to make sure that he's not booby trapped like Nagant. So, I guess they don't want to cause him to trigger anything within him that would go boom, so to speak.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the reasons, but they're also like, we can't just have this guy just join us.
Sure.
We can't trust this kid. But yeah, this the cop character is looking real like I've seen some shit. I remember Tsukauchi at the beginning of the series where he's just kind of like a more optimistic young cop. He's like very tertiary character, but I do recall him. And now he just looks like he's seen the worst of humanity.
Yeah, man. Are you looking at that panel on the small one on the left side?
Yeah.
Top left? He's just like,
man.
Yeah. He's just so hurt.
Yeah, so Midoriya, as they're about to take him away, he says that we can't find All for One in this current situation. And Kaminari is just like, oh, they still get to make the opening move. That's why we're trying to get everyone on our side. But if we can keep Aoyama and use him, we can steer the way the villains join the fight. We can like control how they operate through Aoyama because he'll be like our mole on the inside. And Aoyama can't believe this. He's like, they still want me to be their friend? And
yes, Cartman.
You want me to be your friend? Yeah, and President Mike is like, how can you trust this guy? And Ida's like, that is all in the past, even though he nearly caused us to die several times.
I understand the sake of it.
It's not like he chose to be,
I know. I'm joking.
In that situation, though. That's the thing. Is that, like, he was literally manipulated into this.
I know, I get it. But I think...
And it's like, they're like, look, we're going to put our emotions behind us because this is the way we could use this to our advantage, which, sure, very mature for these kids, but they've been through a lot.
Yeah, they've seen some
now,
stuff.
This is Class 1B, they'd be breaking down. Like, yo, fuck that nigga, man. What kind of bullshit is that, man?
Yeah.
We was chilling together the other day.
Yeah, for real.
You think I gave you a pair of socks?
Yeah, the copy kid is going to be like off with his head immediately. He's done. I'll just
this factory.
Yeah.
Get load of this fucking guy.
Yeah. So basically they're like, we gotta fucking keep him, all that stuff. We can, because that is the only way we can once again make him our equal, our peer. And, the kids are pretty much unanimously on this side of things. And they're trying to convince Aoyama to just like kind of, be an informant essentially. Meanwhile, we get a little FaceTime call from Aizawa, who also says that like, I didn't see through the ruse either, so I'm responsible too. That said, I feel the same way the kids do. Aoyama, I have no intention of expelling you.
No intention.
Zero. And he asks the Aoyama's family's ears for a second because he has an idea. And we don't get to hear the idea. So, it's off screen. And the teachers are kind of like talking vaguely about what Aizawa laid out for them, that they'll need to inspect each and every location, and, for preparations. So at this point, they're just taking Aoyama away for now, and I'm sure they're going to use him again when the time comes, according to Aizawa's plan. And the kids are finally done. It's all settled down, and they just start thinking, let's get our costume upgrades. And I'm like, yeah! Let's go.
This is as close as we'll get to some type of development.
New character designs. No more dirty Midoriya. No more dirty Deku.
I tried to bury that in the past.
He's gonna be a clean Deku now. New clean suit. I'm down for that. But yeah, Class 1A looks all serious. They all go like, yeah, let's fucking bring them down and get some costume upgrades. I guess it's just Midoriya and Ida. They go over to the development studio, and deja vu, the doors blast off as Midoriya's serious face is on. Damn, what's this girl's name? I remember her. I like this character a lot,
Ashido?
actually. Huh?
Ashido?
No, that's not Ashido. Ashido is the acid girl. But yeah, the weapon specialist girl with the zoom quirk. She pops out. Her boobs are on Midoriya's face, as per last time. But Midoriya's face is very serious because he is still kind of like frozen in intensity.
He cares about them titties. That's old news.
Pretty much. And that's
I gotta save the world, buddy.
Yeah, you gotta get off of me.
My super bestest friend just betrayed us.
Yeah, Aoyama, my super bestest friend in the world.
And he always spoke to.
Yeah.
Let me stop. See, now I'm being petty.
That's where the chapter ends. Fun little gag. It made me laugh a little bit just because of Horikoshi's just art of Midoriya looking intense as the explosion surrounds him. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, that's all I got. That's the end. I thought this chapter was all right. It was just kind of like, hopefully now things are gonna start rolling. I hope we get like a little bit more training stuff. I like the idea of, them working with. I know her name starts with an H. I don't know why I'm blanking. It's been a while since I've seen her. But the tools girl, the equipment girl. I like the idea of them working in conjunction with her to make Deku's suit probably more adaptable to his quirks, because I don't think he had that before.
Yeah, true that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
To help deal with Fajin and...
Yeah, he hasn't upgraded his suit in a while since Black Whip.
Yeah, and now he could actually get an upgrade because the secret's out.
Yeah.
So now he can actually work with people on making a suit for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very into it. Outside of that, I don't have much to say. I thought that this was a solid chapter. Not, I guess it's just, taking care of some, just tying up some loose ends, making sure we are ready to go into the next phase of the story. And I'm excited to see what comes next. I mean, apparently at Jump Festa, it was announced that My Hero Academia, if it's going according to plan, it's going to end within the year 2022. So I guess
yeah, I'm pretty sure My Hero is going to be, there's going to be a sequel series to My Hero.
Yes.
You can bet on that. I really do believe it. Just because they're setting up the global aspect of the hero world. Already.
I believe so as well.
I do think they're going to continue this series. This is just the origin story essentially to Deku.
All right, but hypothetical,
like Tom Holland.
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
What would you do if they just
Deku
like
is
end
Tom
it?
Holland.
Well, what would I do if it actually ended?
If it just like went away in a year, for real?
I mean, My Hero is still guaranteed to get more content, so it's not like I'm gonna be that all bummed out. But I would be a little disappointed that they didn't continue on with everything they set up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
when
not.
Midoriya's mom died, and she was like, "Deku, you have so much power, and with that,
Oh my
take
god!
a lot of responsibility."
Chill. Spoiler free, dude.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but
You're right.
And
Anyway.
then that would be his trilogy, and then now he get another trilogy. Deku.
Man.
I'm with you,
I wanted
Brian.
to say
That's
something I
exactly
kind
what
of
I think is
forgot.
gonna happen too.
I mean, who's to say? Manga artists give timetables all the time. He didn't guarantee it's going to end in 2022. But
Hey, Chainsaw Man is getting a part 2. There's no way My Hero Boku no Wa is
Boku
not
no
going to get
Hero.
Academia. Is not going to get a part 2. And
Fun fact.
possibly a part 3.
Fun fact: Chainsaw Man started during Wano Country and ended before Wano Country.
Is that real?
yeah, but to be fair,
Chainsaw
Chainsaw Man is about like 70 to 80 chapters long. So it's not that long of a series in general.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's not that long.
No, I believe that it's only 80 chapters. But did it really start during Wano?
Yeah, for sure.
It started. Didn't it start before Wano?
Wano's hitting about. It started in like nine. It started right on chapter 900, if you really think about it. So it's 135 chapters up to this point. So Chainsaw Man lived and died within the 135 chapters that Wano has been going.
Oh, that's fine. All right, so maybe not exactly as far as the timetables line up, but
yeah,
definitely mathematically.
It started in the middle and still ended before Wano. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's it.
Maybe
for My Hero.
One Piece will get a part 2 as well.
Oda has said that like
It has to.
it's actually kind of funny. I like how Oda talks about like making manga like being an athlete almost, where he's like, I don't think you should be making manga over 40. So One Piece is probably going to be the only thing I do. I might do like a short thing, but this is it. I'm doing everything I ever wanted to do on One Piece, and then that's it. I'm calling it.
I'm not going to say he sounds like a quitter. No, I'm not going to say it.
Nah, don't say that.
Well, you're
dude.
saying it.
The man has
You're saying it,
1,035
right?
chapters, and it's about to hit 5,000 by the time the story ends.
That is a fact. Well, I believe that's going to be true.
He will have made Naruto twice over by the time he's done with One Piece, I bet.
I bet that too.
1,400 chapters.
And I mean that for real.
1,400 chapters is what he'll need to make One Piece Naruto twice over. Which is feasible. I can see that. 1,400 chapters? I can kind of see that.
I mean, just the fact that One Piece has been out longer than I've been alive, that already
No,
makes
that's
me
not
feel
true.
some kind of way.
One Piece is as old as Brian is, but we're older than
Yeah.
One Piece.
It didn't start in the 80s?
No. It started in
Oh,
1997.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah. One Piece started in 1997. So
Wow.
Brian is the same age as One Piece.
Yeah, so when One
Yeah,
Piece ends,
that's right.
and then will Brian end?
Yeah.
That's dark.
You better hope it's not 5 years, broski. You better hope that nigga turns into a cyborg and pumps out One Piece forever.
He's designing himself right now like Frankie.
That's why on all the breaks he takes, he comes to
Wait,
the
One
shop.
Piece was released on Christmas Eve. Let's go.
Yo, my dad's birthday.
Wow. Romance Stone.
All right, I guess we should move on then. That's it
All
for
right,
My
let's
Hero.
move on. No, One Piece. I mean, My Hero Academia. Oh man, mid-ash chapter. Sorry, I said it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree.
It's just a setup chapter. I'm still.
It's just a setup.
No,
Hey.
I'm still got more to say. I was really let down that he put a cap on the series. This is him once again unnecessarily. Why? We're gonna be mad either. No, I'm gonna be mad either way. So
I don't know.
would
I think,
at
like,
least
people-
to be surprised mad.
I think people are just like questioning this more ever since like Oda kept being like 5 years, and now they're just asking everybody. Because like Jujutsu Kaisen has also said something similar. It's annoying to like. It's almost like
said something similar.
Yeah, it's annoying that it's like now clickbait, like a clickbaity trend to ask manga artists when their series are gonna end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I don't even know really, because you can't really predict these things, you know? Like, I don't think anybody really has a set timetable or amount of chapters they're trying to get to. So it could very well be longer, it could be shorter, so who knows? But, all right, let's move on for real, I guess. Jujutsu Kaisen! This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 169, Tokyo number 1 colony part 9. 2-page spread to promote the Jujutsu Kaisen movie Zero, based on the Prelude manga that came out. I think it's pretty cool. I hope it comes
The
out in theaters.
trailers.
I
look
would watch
fucking
this.
Nuts.
I would go to the
You
theater.
see how these are all characters we know?
Well, it's they're taking a manga story directly. So to
I'm
be
forever dumping shot.
they do this sometimes, man. All right, so last
Bang,
week
bang.
for
The trailers for that movie looks nuts.
I'm not even looking at any trailers. I just want to watch it. I'm very excited to see.
I'm gonna look at all the trailers, bro.
All right. I mean, I know what
I
happens.
actually did see one trailer.
I saw the first trailer, but that's about it.
Oh, okay, yeah, we've seen the same one then. It's pretty cool.
But yeah, last we left off with Jujutsu Kaisen, Megumi was fighting like basically a 4-on-1 battle, and he knocked it. He brung it down to 3-on-1, I guess, if you count Remy, who's out there somewhere.
Is Remy Scorpio head?
Yeah, Scorpio hair.
Yeah, she kind of doesn't count.
So
She stabbed him and he didn't care.
yeah, he was like, "Stop!" Go back!
Maybe she poisoned him. I bet you that it's some type of twist.
Yeah. So he was about to get ganged up on by Reggie, Star, and Explodey Tooth Man. I forget his name. But that's when somebody comes in to take an explosion to the face. And it's the comedian guy from way back. It was like at least 15 chapters ago where they gave us a 2-page introduction to this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he comes in with a full ass superhero costume. He takes the fucking attack to the face, and he seems fine, even though he's like splurting blood. And Megumi's at this point just like, well, he protected me, so I guess I'll trust him right now. And the Exploded Tooth Man's name is Hazanoki. He's like, and Reggie asks, is like, so what do you think about him? He's like, I don't know. Well, it's faster just to ask. And Hazanoki asks him, which are you? And the comedian guy is just like, I see. You want to know whether I'm funny or not. He's like, no. I want to know what time period you're from. And he's like, look at my costume. But he just goes into his diatribe of who this costume is. And he's like, with this costume at stake, I got to knock him dead. So here's a joke to impress your crush. And they get it ready for an attack. Reggie takes a receipt. He's like, oh, man, I'm going to have to use my receipt curse technique. And
man.
We get a big panel of a comedian guy being like, marry me and be my Wi-Fi. And yeah, everybody's not having a good time with it. Nobody laughs. And he has the nerve to get angry. He's just like, damn, what a tough crowd. Stiffs like you left laughs in the womb. And you always sit in the front row.
People like you.
And he said, no, you're the problem. Megumi's like, no, you're the problem. And he goes back into his yelling. He's like, I do what I do for stiffs like you, for you stiffs too, because, and then 2-page spread of him just appearing in a drop kick position, jamming his foot directly into the nose of Hazanoki, sending him flying.
I wish they had Tim's on so they could have showed the grip bottom of them, but right there in his face.
And it was at this moment that this guy became this guy became my favorite character. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He just he is the lawyer guy run for his money.
Man,
this guy is a gangster.
I'll tell you what, all these new
sorcerers.
sorcerers.
Could have seen drop the whack ass joke and it said, "Oh, yeah, I ain't like that." Well, how about these feet and these hands?
Yeah, I mean, these new sorcerers have left just like such an impact on me that I'm like so into it. They're all very cool to watch fight and stuff. Reggie is like, whoa, he's fast. Mm-hmm. The cursed energy increased dramatically.
And he just watches as his fan flew.
He's like, sheesh. And he's like, this guy's strong. As he's in a weird position, like I'm an old school performer who's pro violence. Mm-hmm. And that's when Megumi pulls up from the shadow, I guess, tries to grab him from underneath, and I'm like, yo, what are you trying to grab there, Megumi?
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but it looked kind of cool at first because he's like, oh, I'm going to snatch you from the shadow.
Sure. Reggie dodges.
He's just not that cool yet. He's getting there, though.
He's getting there. Reggie dodges, and then I guess Megumi starts to try to strategize with Takaba. His name is Takaba. And Takaba's just like right here to his face as Megumi's trying to talk to him. He's like, not so close. He asked Kogane
right there.
Yeah,
like,
mm-hmm. And his face. You see how his lips are? Just like it's so funny.
This was jokes the whole time.
Yeah. Megumi,
he plays a great straight man.
Yeah. Megumi asks Kogane to show him the stats on Higurama, and he notices that Higurama only has 1 point left, and he's like, Itadori came through, son. He's like, I'm done with this colony, I'm out. And he gives Reggie one more warning, back off and I'll let you go. And Reggie's like, don't get uppity. You killed Hari, so I gotta make up for those lost points. And basically, Megumi looks over to Takaba and asks him to kill the bomb. But if he's going to kill the bomb guy, to steal his points first, if at all possible.
That doesn't make sense. Wouldn't you take them regardless?
No, you don't get the amount of points they have. Sorcerers are worth 5 points. But this guy, Hazanoki, has 35.
Damn.
So you only get one. You can only get 5 points for every sorcerer you kill, and for every normal person you kill, you get 1. So yeah. So I guess he's asking him to kind of like force him to relinquish his points. And Takaba accepts. He says, "Okay, kid, I accept your request, but I'm a performer, so whatever I do has got to entertain." And man,
I thought that was a condition for like his curse technique or something.
Oh man, I think I know exactly what his curse technique is, but I'll get into it as he's going. Hazanoki throws a fucking eyeball at him, but he easily swats it away with a paper fan, and then he just brushes the fan across this dude's face, and he does the 1,000 years of death to Hazanoki.
You're right. He does a Kakashi move, bro.
Yeah, this Hazanoki gets so tight. He's just like, "Don't mock me!" as he turns around and Takaba's foot is already right there. Just blasts him in the face, sends him flying. All of these kicks are fucking lethal, dude. He's sending him flying through buildings.
Yo, he's hitting him mad hard.
He really is.
His Ganon or something.
Yeah,
he's moving like Captain Falcon, actually.
Yo, imagine the strength of Ganondorf with the speed of Captain Falcon. What a deadly combo. Unbeatable.
Basically.
Yeah, so Takaba goes off to go to his individual battle! And Megumi turns over to Reggie, and they're basically talking about how, man, he's dead. Mock Hazanoki, and that much he'll finally go all out. And Megumi's like, "Worry about yourself. Like I said, I already completed my objective in this colony, so I can fight for real without holding back." And man, Reggie is like, "What did you just say to me?" And that's where the chapter ends. I mean, I guess
he's been he's dead. The fucking comedian, like, whatever, nigga. Like, you
did
sound
you just
like, like,
you see this man just, yeah, you see this man just get knocked around by this dude,
right? Like, excuse me. Like, he didn't even look like he was trying super duper hard.
Yeah. Oh my god, so cool. I guess it should be obvious by the way I'm talking about this chapter, but it is my RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yours too?
Yeah.
We gotta do the check.
Mine as well.
Whoa!
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
All right.
Damn,
What
it's
about
been
the audience?
The audience did not vote for this.
Oh, I know what they voted for then. Oh, what was it?
Yeah, it was a tie. I'll reveal it when the time comes.
Well, I mean, process of elimination anyway.
Yeah, I mean, this chapter was just so fucking cool. The Zoro chapter was like probably a close second for me, but man, I went back to read this chapter not just for the purposes of the show, but because I really wanted to read this chapter again. It was just so fun to read.
Yeah.
This guy's character and power are so unique. I think his curse technique is that he has to bomb in order for his strength to just go up exponentially. So he can't be funny.
Receipt Man did say that. Like, his power level went up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that was after he told that whack ass joke.
Yeah, I mean, every time he's about to attack, it's after a whack ass joke. Like, he did the 1,000 years of death that pissed off Hakanoki, and then he just kicked the flying fuck out of him. He did the Wi-Fi joke, and then he kicked the flying fuck out of him. It's so cool. This is a quintessential, really cool Jujutsu Kaisen power. But I'm excited to see more about it. It was just a fun action chapter, man. It was just a delight to read for me, and that's all I got to say about it. I'm glad we might get
see this guy go all out.
Yeah. Please give us some more individual battles. Let's go. This is what I came for this calling game for. It's just like a cool way to just like show off Jujutsu Kaisen's like best attribute, which is its fucking dope action. I'm very into it. Do you guys have any more thoughts, or should we move onward?
I'll be honest. I thought he killed that dude. When the dude, I thought he killed the explodey
Teeth Man,
body
Hazanoki?
part guy.
His name is Hazanoki.
Yeah, because he said, "Well, he's dead," and I thought it was so confusing that he said like he's dead. I was like, "Damn, he's talking about his man's like that." And he's like, he goes all out when he gets mad. Like I thought he was saying like he was about to go all out, but then he died.
That's funny.
It was just weird. I thought it was weird, but now it makes way more sense now. But it's still weird because it's like, bro, he was getting fucked up. Got a lot of nerve with all these goddamn receipts. You about to get your pretentious ass cut up.
Yeah.
I hope Megumi violates this nigga.
I mean, if Hazanoki had died, I would have used the slumber drop on him. Because he got dropped several times, dude. It's almost embarrassing, like how this guy's being toyed with. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm also excited to see Reggie's power. His receipt power is cool as well. If that's what it is, I think that's what it is. He could just manifest whatever he could just like materialize whatever he bought at some point. But yeah, very very cool chapter. What else can I say? It was fucking dope. Are we ready to move onward then?
Yeah.
Then let's go. Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 317. Oh man, it opened on the last page. 317 change. Last we left off.
What a simple ass fucking chapter. Chapter name. Just
change.
It should be called Gotcha.
It should be called.
I don't really have to fucking care who's in my way. I'm gonna fucking kill everybody.
So last we left off, Asta summoned Yami's sword and did a cool equalizer chop down this giant monster's entire being. And I guess now we're cutting over to Yuno, who's about to finish it off with an arrow, because they just can't let Asta have something without butted in.
Fair enough. It was pretty lit though.
No, it was lit. I'm mostly joking, but it was fucking.
I just cleaned everything up, like nigga just launched that missile arrow. I don't know. I thought it was lit.
It was cool. It's like Link's arrow.
Like, hey, still on that level too.
Yeah, I always like Yuno's design. The crown thing.
Yeah,
it looked cool. So yeah, they look off into the distance at each other, and at the same time say each other's name, and it's just like just as I expected. And I'm like, all right, guys. Does everybody think the same? So yeah, the day seems to be saved. We cut around to most of the supporting cast. Patry saves William Vengeance. Yuno is saved. Not Yuno. Yami is saved by the Black Bulls.
Wait, hold on. Did you see how Vengeance? I mean, not Vengeance. How Langus got caught an attitude because the elf dude jumped and caught his captain.
Yeah. You're right.
I thought that was mad funny because I glazed over it the first time I read it, and then the second time I read this, I was like, "Wow, you could use one of your portals, bro."
Yeah.
Really felt good.
Yeah. So Yami's safe. Everybody's like, he thanks the Black Bulls. He's like, "Good work, you idiots!" And everybody's like, "Thanks, sir." Noct is by himself, but everybody's getting together. It's pretty cool. These two randos from the Spade Kingdom. Oh no, wait, are they Spade Kingdom people? Oh yeah, they are Spade Kingdom people. Where they're like, "Thank God Yuno's here. We can rebuild the kingdom under his name." And they give him a hug. Yuno's face is just so regular if you look at it, where he's getting hugged and he's like, "Who are you?" But unfortunately, that's not the end of it all, because we get an immediately massive panel of just a random demon guy just being like, "What are you people dawdling on for? You should really get out of here." And it turns out that it's too late. Lucifero's manifestation is half finished. So he materializes out of the weird fleshy goop that Yuno and Asta just defeated. and he comes out looking like a true Bleach character. Just like, all of you.
over.
Yeah, he goes, all of you, bow your heads. And I guess because of gravity magic, they all just like...
Lay down.
Lay down.
Niggas say get down or lay down.
Yeah, it's not good. So Asta's like, yo, what? And immediately pulling up next to him, 2-page spread of Lucifero, just like right next to him, like, so was you, the fool who kept me from manifesting completely. And his face is just like, just like,
I like this because he wasn't like, oh, no big deal. He was like, oh, you little asshole. It was you.
You piece of shit.
Man, look at his eyes. He's like so angry.
Yeah, the amount of detail that Tabata put into this is pretty great. I will say that Lucifero's design is pretty good. He's always been good with the design of the demons. Yeah, he's
like,
just,
I am God.
I am good. I'm Lucifero. I'm literally the devil. And that's where the chapter ends. Big 2-page spread of Lucifero pulling up. These Black Clover chapters have just been kind of short because they've been a lot of big splash pages and big 2-page spreads, which not a bad thing. It just is what it is. But it was cool to set up like the thread of Lucifero. I thought it was pretty dope where everybody's like, day is saved. And then this one rando demon is just like, what? We're not done here. There's still more to this arc. So who knows? I mean, last week we said that like, is Black Clover going to end? And we obviously said that also that there's probably going to be Lucifero to still contend with after this. You don't build up Lucifero and then just be like, you defeated the big blob monster. So, no more Lucifero. But
I like the way they did that though. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
I like how the devil spirit wasn't even like trying to mess with them. He just happened to, still escape. I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, y'all gotta get up out of here, cause none of the devils like Lucifero either. That's what's kind of funny.
Yeah,
like he's kind of an asshole to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the devil will be that way,
I suppose.
I thought it was cool. I do stand by what I said. If there's any series that's ending very soon, it's probably Black Clover. I'd be surprised if it made it out of 2022. I'll say that. But I am enjoying it as it is, as it's going. He's been showing out with his art. I will say that. I think like that's on purpose. Like he's making sure that these moments land. I guess sacrificing like bulk of story for just like visual impact of villains or moments or what have you. And I appreciate it. I like it. I always like looking at good art. So I'm not complaining. It's been a fun couple chapters, and this is no exception.
All the devils have looked good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so far, even the first one, the real creepy one, when he was back in the kingdom and that
was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I forget what his name was even, but he was going in.
Yo, remember we were so mad about Asta pulling up to that moving fortress thing?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at him now. I feel like he's been handled solidly now.
Yeah, he's about to get handled himself.
Yeah, I imagine.
Try to shoot an arrow at the thing in his head and he just turns and looks back at him like,
yeah. Look at little Lieb on Asta's shoulder. Just like, ah.
No. You better get low. Get
down.
Get in his bag like, you little shit. I'm trying to get, because Lucifer trying to get this.
What if he just smashes him on Asta's shoulder like a bug, like,
fast. All right, no more double union.
No more union. You're just a boy.
Yeah, your book is just literature. Down.
It's sharp literature.
Bow.
It's just literature with a razor's edge, and goodbye. But yeah, that was Black Clover. Fun chapter overall. Lucifero looks dope. No point in, I guess, tracking it.
Antichrist.
Yeah, I mean, he is Lucifero. I guess they can't call him Lucifer. That would be weird, I guess.
Yeah.
Lucifer is a dope name, by the way, for a villain.
No, I don't have a problem with that, but maybe Lucifer. I don't know. He still wanted to keep the impact of the name Lucifer, but he just put Zolo.
Zolo. I feel like this is different reasons.
No, there has to be a trademark for Lucifer.
No, I think Lucifer is public.
The Pope. No,
yeah. I think Lucifer is public domain. You could use that.
I'm gonna double check that, bro.
I mean, you'll probably find the copyrighted for Lucifer the comic book, like the American comic, and the Fox TV show that turned into a Netflix TV show called Lucifer. But who knows? All right. Well, I guess that's all we got to say about Black Clover. Fun chapter. Let us move onward. Undead Unluck.
This was actually my runner-up.
Yeah. This is Undead Unluck chapter.
And then it was One Piece.
One Piece was my runner-up.
Top 3.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. Undead Unluck was pretty solid.
Then it was Black Clover.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Black Clover was the audience RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Damn it.
I won the tiebreaker?
Yeah. I think by 100%. So it was divided between that and My Hero.
Yeah, gangster, man. 100%.
Yeah, My Hero and Black Clover tied initially. So the poll was for either of those two.
So, I thought it was between Undead and that.
Nope. But yeah, Undead Unluck chapter 92 Taste. Last we left off, we get a little bit deeper into the backstory of Spring, how he was in his in training mode when he was just a head bouncing around trying to make friends with humans. And he's just he kept trying to run around trying to make cherry blossoms, but people were still scared of him because he's a little baby demon. So
yeah, and the stigma with cherry blossoms.
Yeah,
I didn't think about the baby demon part. I was like, damn, y'all really feel the way about cherry blossoms like that? But then he is like a small monster running around.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
pretty scary.
Yeah, so they're throwing rocks at him and stuff. Very Chopper-esque. Very sad. But then he looks over and he sees these kids playing tops, and he realizes that humans become more friendly when they are playing a game, and that's why he developed his whole game motif as a UMA. So he just kept running around trying to play games with people, but unfortunately, as he grew older, he didn't get any less scary. Although it was very cute when he was running around with a head like a little Kirby. He literally looks like a Kirby skin running around in this one panel.
And then he skips adolescence and goes straight to adulthood.
And then from adulthood, he goes straight to ogre, where he's just taller than most buildings, and everybody's genuinely like, "What the fuck is this thing?" And are running away from him. So he's hiding out in the mountains, being a sad boy. And that's when he met another demon, which is Unbreakable. Actually, the previous Unbreakable, the first, I guess for lack of a better term, the first Ishin, who comes in and he's like, "No, actually, I'm not a demon. This is just a mask that I've crafted after you," which is kind of cool. I didn't even notice that at first. I think that's a nice touch to add that motif that this entire time, the Unbreakable mask has been modeled after Spring.
I didn't think about that. Did they mention that before?
No, this is, I guess, how this is the reveal of that little fun fact. But yeah, the demon was pretty fucking stoked that this guy made a mask out of him, and was the first human to kind of talk to him without fear, and he taught him how to play games. And he's like, "You're not afraid? I'm the demon of the blossoms." And he's like, "What a tasteless thing to say. People are killing each other in a turf war. That's not because of an ill omen. That's human sin wrought by human hands."
Yeah.
And he bows down, and he's basically asking for forgiveness for how the villagers have treated him over the years. And Spring is just confused. He's like, "Why are you apologizing to me, dog? You didn't do anything." And he's like, "Decide, dude. You could get up. I'm not mad." And he's like, "Man, you're sure are kind. Let me make it up to you somehow." And he says, "Can I ask for anything?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I want to play a bunch," and I'm like, "Aw." So every day from there on out, Ishin would go up and play games with him, and every game that we've seen so far, well, the 3 games that we've seen so far have been games that Ishin has introduced to him, like the Karuta game and the Tops, and now the dice game. And through the Karuta game specifically, that's how he learned, I guess, language even further than, what a UMA would be able to speak.
Speaks in haiku. Makes sense.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Unbreakable even brings him some clothes, which is nice. He's like, "I can't have you being naked," and he's like, "All right, cool." And he's still kind of sad, Spring is, because even though Ishin's very nice to him, he is still feared by most people. So Ishin, this is where we get the parts of the flashback we've seen, where he explains how he's going to kind of go to battle for to take down the shogunate, or whoever overthrew the shogunate. He was going to go to battle, and he's going to stop it with his Unbreakable. It'll be a bloodless siege, and the marker of the new era will be the cherry blossoms at the heart of it. And everyone will fall in love with cherry blossoms because they're connected to this really cool event where something bad was really prevented, historically or whatever. And at that point, he did it. He did his bloodless siege, and the cherry blossoms that enveloped that new start were considered glad tidings for people for the first time. And then later on in time, he realizes that, he's a UMA, so he's still like under the control of God, and God's just been fucking with Spring for like decades, it seems. And he seems to have taken over his body again.
I didn't even think about that. I thought he just was activating Uma fuckery. But right, it is God that says, "Okay, time to
ruin
make things difficult."
No more good feelings, only toxic behavior. And then he enters a battle, and he burns down Ishin's village. And that's when he gets lucid again, and he's like, "Wait, what happened?" And Ishin doesn't bat for a second. He's just like, "Oh, Lord Spring, looks like you're back to normal." He's like, "What? Did you do this?" And he's like, "I heard you were running amok, so someone amok here. Someone was challenging the villagers to bets and taking the lives of whoever lost. A demon, they said." And Spring just starts to fall apart because, he basically played these games with all these people and have taken their souls. So
Nigga had a whole list of bodies.
Yeah, for real.
He looked at it, was like, oh, what is that name?
Yeah, he really.
This is just
he fucked up.
Murderous shit.
Yeah.
Murderous shit.
Yeah, it was sad. And he begs Ishin to kill him because, at that point, it's just going to continue onward. God's just going to take over him again and start playing people in dice until they die. And Ishin just
I wonder, was he forcing people into it, or if everyone was just like, "Man, fuck out of here, I ain't pussy."
Imagine.
Shoot these. I'll beat you in this card game. I'm nice, and they just all lost because he has the infinite good luck, right?
Yeah. I think
he beat everyone. But these niggas had Japanese pride.
I think under most circumstances, after in the most generous of circumstances, after the 5th person, I'm like, I don't think I'm playing dice with this guy.
Yeah, I think at some point he started forcing people, but the first few was just
fuck out of here.
Pure stubbornness. No, that guy sucked. That's why he died. He was going to die anyway because he sucked. Yeah. Let me play this guy.
Don't you know who we are? We're the Harlem Dice League.
Whoa, snake eye, snake eye, snake eye. Dead.
Yeah. But anyway, Ishin turns down his request. He says, "What a tasteless request. After all, I love you. I love Spring." And he basically is like, in fact, I'll challenge you. So, if you want to die so bad, call it. We'll stake our lives on this gamble. If you really embody misfortune, then go ahead and lose to me. And he's like, he says, if you win this, try living a little longer, will ya? And the spring won. He took his life.
Well, yeah, because he can't lose in the luck-based game.
Yeah.
It's so grimy.
Yeah, it is messed up. But still, the demon decided to honor his promise and, live a long life. He left Ishin's armor at his grave, and he says, and he's just like chilling on rooftops like Batman, waiting for the day that people will like him and act in earnest and play with him. And that's when we cut back to the present, where the giant blood blade cuts giant spring clean in half. And Fuko breaks through to the center where a tiny in-training spring is waiting for her. And it's a really beautiful 2-page spread, honestly. I really love his art when he like really puts his mind to it has been really good over the last couple chapters.
Yeah, that's without a doubt, especially with everything featuring spring.
Mm-hmm.
Even Fuko's been I've really been liking her design. Is it because she has a crop top?
Maybe.
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 I mean, I think the use of shading is here. Like, it just gives a little like extra depth to everything. I think it's just a really cool, well put together 2-page spread.
The light line.
Yeah, you see the screen tones on her arms and whatnot. You see it on like the light coming through to Spring's face, and you see the shadows like where the horns are and whatnot. It's just so cool. It's cool to look at. But yeah, that was the end of Undead.
Oh, I had something I wanted to say.
Yeah, go for it.
Just something I noticed about Undead Unluck. This the series does a lot is they like to flip the meaning of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really big on perception. And how there's many different ways to look at things, conventional, unconventional, and we've seen that exhibited with the negators, where they would tell us the word, or they would show us an ability and say what it is, and then kind of like growing it from there. And even with the umas, I mean, when we hear the uma of summer, uma of you know what I'm saying, of whatever the fuck it is, he went about it in very interesting ways, and how they weren't just villains; they were like key parts of society.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was really nice how in this chapter with the original Unbreakable, how he's explaining about how he's talking about spring, how he really enjoys spring. That's just him saying that, man, everyone has their way of thinking, but through my experiences, I really enjoy it, and this is why people ought to enjoy these things. And then if you compare that with what he said in the beginning of the chapter, about like why people don't like cherry blossoms, and how basically it's like religious, it's like spiritual stuff, nothing concrete, just rumors. And that's why he thought it was untasteful, because they're not giving people a chance. I don't know if it's supposed to be a play on words or something, but tasteful, maybe he meant tasteful as in these are people who aren't willing to taste something new, get to gain that new perspective and be open and loving.
Yeah, I think that's like maybe that. I think the thing with that is, it's I think you're right about a lot of things about the UMAs and what they represent in the story, because in theory they're all like neutral things that
right,
that aren't necessarily good or evil. These are things that just are. Like burn is not like a bad thing in and of itself. It is just a consequence to what a thing is. Like lava burns, but that doesn't make lava evil, I guess is what you're saying.
Right. I mean, just the way with the way you know what? Some of the umas were really straightforward and specific. Others weren't.
Yeah.
But I think it's truly with the negator abilities where, the unconventionalism showed.
It's all in how you use it, That's the real, like, I guess, moral of these things is, say Clothy, for example. Clothy was like a villain up top, just like a body snatcher, but now they used him recently as just like a kind of, I forget in what context, but I remember Clothy was like really important for him. Oh yeah, when they were fighting Billy and I guess like Clothy was holding onto a building for Fuko, so yeah, I guess it depends on how you use it.
What I'm essentially trying to get at, I guess, like now that I'm in retrospect after what I just said, I think we got the ethos of the series and what the original Invincible was saying to Spring. Straight up, I think that's kind of what the series is about.
Yeah,
not being pigeonholed to thinking into a certain way that it allows you to be so rigid and so closed-minded towards experiences and people.
It's also,
maybe that's a little vague, but
I think what you're trying to say is that in the case of Spring, what Ishin was trying to say was that like everybody blamed misfortune on cherry blossoms, but the truth is that it's not. It's what people do.
Right. That's what I was. That's the part I left out. Yeah.
It's people that are causing these wars. It's people that are killing each other for whatever reason, whether it be greed or power. It's not necessarily, everything in the world is kind of neutral except for your intention. So I think that's the real kind of, I guess,
that was really well
ethos
said,
of
Chris.
Undead Unluck.
Exactly. It was them not wanting to accept the truth of things and wanting to believe what's being said. Yeah. Anyway, I think we said.
Yeah, I mean, this podcast is very much a first reactions that we're just trying to work out our feelings about any particular thing. So a lot of the time we're not very clear or whatever, but I feel like both of us have kind of hit the nail on the head of what they're trying to get at. I would hope so. You guys could let us know. Do you guys think that's what the meaning of Undead Unluck is? Have we figured out the philosophy of Undead Unluck? Let us know. But yeah, I mean, this was a really fun chapter. I definitely feel like I liked it a little more now talking about it. I would put this in my third place as well. One Piece was just, I'm a Zoro simp, so.
No, I feel you.
It's a top
it was cool.
2. But yeah, any more thoughts before we close this one out?
Nope.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. That has been our show. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can find me at the Chris Espinal, at JDCole_37, at B.ESP, all on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at NYChillin on Twitter, so follow him there. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll. And we read out the results of the poll on every episode. So please let us know. It'll be fun. It's a fun way to participate with the show. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, and we will get to it. Or you can comment on whatever video you're watching. We'll respond to comments. I would love to. Any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to ask us, please let us know. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. That's all I want for Christmas. is a little community to talk about manga with. That's why we started this, baby.
Word up.
Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts if you want to take us on the go and are more preferential to audio-only podcasts. We're pretty much everywhere you listen to podcasts. We will be back next week, probably early. There's no jump, so next week we'll have the monthlies, Boruto, Dragon Ball Super, and we'll talk about some American comics we've missed along the way. Inferno, Devil's Reign, and more. So join us on next episode. That's it. I don't know when we're doing it. But yeah, happy holidays, everyone. Stay safe. Keep healthy. And we love you all. Happy holidays. We'll see you close to the end of the new year. End of the old year.
Yes, before the
end of the old year.
of the current year.
Before the end of 2021. Next episode's our last episode of the year. How crazy is that?
Sounds really epic.
Very epic. But all right, let's close this out. Thank you guys so much for listening, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out.